What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is the first video of 2024, and I honestly wouldn't think I'll ever make a video like this about Battlefield 2042, but I've been struggling with some performance issues for a while now, and like everyone else, I started looking for a solution, and well, none were able to fix the issue. What I was suffering from was kind of a common issue with this game, which is obviously thanks to DICE, and somehow it's hard to explain. It's like you're getting a reasonably good FPS, but the game doesn't feel smooth at all. This happened for no reason. I even tried reinstalling the Windows hoping it might fix things, but no luck. In my case, I get somewhere between 90 to 110 FPS on 1080p, and it felt like 50 to 55 FPS, so I just found a fix that I'm going to share with you guys in a minute. I'll explain the ultimate fix first so you guys don't have to wait around, but we've got some general fixes and optimizations as well as optimal graphics settings, so stick around till the end of the video. If this could help you, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and if you've got some other fixes in mind, do us all a favor and comment it down below so everyone else can use it as well. So to begin with, this fix is actually a combination of Nvidia Reflex low latency and future frame rendering options. For all you guys who are using AMD graphics cards, don't worry, this fix might actually work for you as well. Actually, if you could test it and let me know how things went, I'll be grateful. So future frame rendering, according to DICE, will provide visual smoothness in the expense of input lag. Some people recommend turning this off because, well, we don't want input lag in an FPS game, and that's fine, especially in a game like BF 2042 where input lag has been the main issue since launch, but there's something special about this option in Battlefield 2042. Unlike previous Battlefield titles where this option could really mess up everything, in Battlefield 2042, some people, including me, recommend having this option on. Now, on the other hand, Nvidia Reflex is also controversial. Some people turn it off. Some people say you better not use the boost, and I was doing exactly that. I've always had it enabled, but without the boost. The interesting part, however, is the difference between render latency when tweaking these options. Now, render latency is the time it takes for your CPU to render a frame completely. I tried measuring this in two different scenarios. First of all, I turned off future frame rendering and put Nvidia Reflex on enabled. With these settings, render latency varies from 7 to 10 milliseconds all the way to 13 to 15 milliseconds, with that terrible feeling of micro stutters and the general experience not being smooth. But this time I tried having future frame rendering on and Nvidia Reflex on boost, and this not only made the game smooth as butter, but actually decreased render latency by 3 to 4 milliseconds, which is very surprising, but due to the game engine and drivers, maybe this actually works on Battlefield 2042. AMD users can also try future frame rendering and see if it works and how the latency changes with that. I used Shadowplay for measuring the latency, which is Nvidia's exclusive tool. To see these settings, open Options in Game, then from Display tab, select Video and scroll all the way down to Advanced. Here you can see the settings and they're actually close to each other. Give it a test and let me know how it goes on your end. Now let's take a look at graphics settings. Here, make sure to have motion blur on 0 and turn off the two other options below it. It should look something like this. For the graphics preset, I just have texture quality on ultra and the rest on low. This works for me, and unlike previous Battlefield titles where mesh quality made a difference in overall player visibility, in Battlefield 2042 that's not the case, and you can lower it all the way to low without being at a disadvantage. So don't worry about it, and if you need that extra performance, feel free to set it to low. I don't know why, but for some reason, some people here and there suggest that camera shake somehow has negative impact on performance. I don't think that makes any kind of sense, but in general, in a multiplayer FPS game, anything that can disorient your visuals is garbage, so I recommend setting this to the lowest amount possible anyway. To do that, open up Options in Game. From Display tab, go to HUD General and decrease the camera shake amount to 20, which is the lowest amount possible, and you should be good to go. Now, there are things you can do outside of the game that might come in handy in terms of your overall performance. Starting off with Nvidia Control Panel, go ahead and right-click on your desktop and open up Nvidia Control Panel. On the left side, select Adjust Image Settings with Preview and make sure to have this on Use the Advanced 3D Image Settings. Then click on Take Me There. Alright, so scroll down to find Power Management Mode and put it on Prefer Maximum Performance. This one setting is almost recommended by everyone, but for some reason it doesn't work for me at all. In fact, it even makes the performance worse for me. But I'm still rocking a GTX 1070. Maybe some of you guys with some newer GPUs can actually benefit from this, so make sure to try it out and see if it works. Another possible fix is enabling DirectX 12 in the prof save file, which can boost performance for some users, especially with newer GPUs. So to do that, simply open up Documents, open Battlefield 2042, and then Settings folders. In here, you can see two files. Right-click on Prof Save underline profile and click on Open With, then select Notepad and you should see something like this. So you need to scroll down until you find gstrender.dx12 enabled 0. Now this number is set to 0 by default. Change it to 1 and then save it and close the notepad. This way you should now have DX12 enabled and, more importantly, some performance boost. If this didn't work for you for any reason, simply go back and revert that number to 0 and everything should work fine. Some people even suggest that running the game on full screen mode instead of borderless boosts performance, which is pretty much ridiculous, but speaking about DICE, I can absolutely accept this as a possible fix and I recommend trying it out as well. There are also some custom-made config files out there, made by some of the fans and some of the content creators. To be absolutely honest here, I haven't tried any of them because I was looking for a better and more reliable fix, but as a final resort, you can try them as well. I don't think they can do you any harm, but I would use them as a last chance, just saying. And yeah, there are just tons of fixes for performance issues of Battlefield 2042 since the game was launched terribly and is still suffering from them, even after 2 years and 6 seasons, but I tried to share with you what worked for me personally and just some general suggestions that made sense and are risk-free. So I really hope this video could help you having a better, more pleasant Battlefield experience. Since DICE is not doing anything special about performance issues, I believe that it's important that the community have each other's back and videos like this are needed every now and then. If this was helpful, leave a like, and if there's a fix that could help others, you guys know that we all appreciate it, so make sure to comment down below and help a Battlefield player in need. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay cool.